Hi, welcome back again. So in this particular video, we'll be discussing average atomic and molecular masses. So what is average atomic and molecular mass? So up till now, what we have discussed is we have discussed how to calculate moles of substance based on different data. So how to calculate atomic mass and molar mass, average of atomic and molar mass. So in this scenario you will be given with different sample of atoms. So first topic is how to calculate atomic mass. Basically we are calculating average atomic mass. So how to calculate average atomic mass? So average atomic mass, to calculate average atomic mass, you must know that the formula is equals to total mass of the sample, whatever sample we have, or total mass of whatever mixture we have, divided by total moles of atoms. Total moles of atoms. Okay, so let's say we have a few substances, like we have a sample of two atoms which consist of two different atoms. Like let's say we have a sample of atom A and atom B together. So total number of moles of atom A are N1 and total number of moles of atom B are N2, and you are being asked that what will be the average molar mass of this particular sample, right? So first of all, in this scenario we must know the molar mass of first atom, which is A. So let's say that molar mass of first atom is M1 and molar mass of second atom is M2. So in this row we have discussed number of moles that we have assumed, and in this row molar mass. So in order to calculate total mass of both the substances, first of all we'll calculate total mass of both the substances and then we'll add them together to make total mass of the mixture. So total mass, as you already know, that moles is equals to given weight upon molar weight. So the given weight or mass will be equals to moles into molar weight. So I'll just write it down on right hand side so that you'll know. We have discussed in earlier lecture that moles is equals to mass given upon molar weight. So the weight, this which is also known as mass given, we also call it weight in common language in chemistry. So weight of substance is actually number of moles into molar weight of the substance. So molar weight of, or sorry, weight of this particular sample, let's call it WA, will be equals to N1 into M1. On the other hand, weight of this sample, let's call it WB, will be equals to N2 into M2. So the total mass of the sample will be equals to mass of these two, WA plus WB, which will also be equals to N1 M1 plus N2 M2. And what will be the total moles? Total moles. So total moles will be equals to N1 plus N2. So based on this, if you calculate formula for average molar mass average will be equals to total mass N1 M1 plus N2 M2 upon total number of moles N1 plus N2. Now let's assume that you don't have just two samples, you have a lot of samples in the mixture. So you can similarly you can multiply with number of moles and keep doing this till we cover all the atoms in the given mixture or given sample. So now you know how to calculate average molar mass or average atomic mass of the any sample. So the same formula will be used for average molar mass as well. Instead of M1 being atomic mass, over there M1 will be the molar mass of that particular molecule. So we'll understand both those things based on a problem like we do all the time. So let's take an example and try to solve it. So we have a mixture containing 25% of chlorine 37. A mixture we have mixture of 25% 37 chlorine, which is isotope of chlorine, and 75% of chlorine 35. Okay, then calculate average molar mass. What will be average atomic mass of the sample? Let's let it. So what will be the average atomic mass? So in order to calculate average atomic mass, we'll just write both the samples down over here. So chlorine 37 is there in this mixture, and chlorine 35 is also there in the mixture. So first thing we do is we calculate moles of the substance. So let's say, because see, molar mass is mass of 1 mole of substance, so it's not going to change. It will always remain same, doesn't matter how much sample you are taking in consideration. So let's assume that I am taking a sample of 100 moles. Let's assume that total moles is equals to 100, that we have just assumed. So moles of chlorine 37 will be 25, and that of this will be 75, because that already mentioned that this is 25% and that of chlorine 35 is 75%, is mentioned in the question right here. Now, so based on this, we can also calculate molar mass is known. Molar mass of this particular 37 chlorine is known. It is 37 only, and that of 35 one is 35. So what will be the total mass? 25 into 37. And what will be total mass of this sample? 35 into 75. Right? Now, so the formula for average molar mass, M average will be equals to M1N1, which is 25 into 37 plus M2N2, which is 75 into 35 divided by N1 plus N2, which is 100. So once you'll solve this, you'll get average molar mass or average atomic mass to be equals to 35.5 gram per mole. So this gives us an idea that we can calculate average atomic mass of any number of samples based on the data given, and data must be molar mass of the sample, or sorry, molar mass of individual atoms in the sample, and number of moles of the atom in the sample. If number of moles are not given and percentage is given, so what we will do is we will take any value of number of moles and will uh, uh, assign percentage of those atoms to individual samples given in the mixture. So what we are doing here is we are assigning number of moles based on our assumption, and we know that molar mass is mass of 1 mole of substance. So even if you take 1 mole of total sample, the average molar mass is not going to change. So you can take anything. Instead of 100, I would have taken 10. So based on that, if you take 10 instead of 100, this will become 2.5 and this will become 7.5, right? So similarly, the moles will change. If you overall moles, if you change total moles, individual moles will also change. That you have to take into consideration. Anyway, so same goes for average molar mass. Let's take another example. We have a sample of air, right? Air, as you know, that it contains so many gases, but let's assume that it contains a mixture of nitrogen and oxygen only. Let's just assume that it has only oxygen and nitrogen in the mixture, and oxygen is given to be 20% in the mixture, and nitrogen is given as 80%. So rest 80% is covered by nitrogen in the mixture. So calculate average molar mass of air. What will be average molar mass of air? Okay, so we'll again do the same thing. Molar mass of oxygen will be equals to 32, as we already know. Molar mass of nitrogen is equals to 28. So the formula for M average is equals to number of moles. Now again they have given us percentage in the question. Percentage is given. So what we will do is we will assume the sample to be we'll assume that total moles is equals to 100, let's say. So that of oxygen will be 20 and nitrogen will be 80, because that is the percentage given in the question. So average molar mass will be equals to moles of oxygen, which is 20, into molar weight of oxygen, which is 32, plus moles of nitrogen, which is 80, into molar weight of nitrogen, which is 28, divided by total number of moles, which we have already assumed to be 100. So based on that, if you simplify this calculation, you will get total number average molar mass of air is 28.8 gram per mole. That when we have only oxygen and nitrogen in the sample or in the air with 20% oxygen and 80% of nitrogen, then you will get average molar mass of air to be 28.8. So what I'm trying to say here is you can calculate average and average molar mass as well as average atomic mass. The formula is going to remain same. The only thing that's changing is m, which is atomic mass in case of average atomic mass, and it is molar mass of individual components in case of average molar mass. So I hope this video made you understand how to calculate average and average atomic and molar mass. Still, if you have some doubts, you can post them in comment section below and we'll try to answer it as soon as possible. Thank you very much for watching.